Tonight, the multiverse resets. A Spider-Man with no one left. A Sith Lord building power in the shadows. A galactic emperor facing the cost of prophecy. And a Justice League, in my opinion, that changed fandom forever. Just saying. But is this new era of fandom greatness or the beginning of another brand new divide? Tonight, we go through that right here on All-Star Fandom Prime. Let's lock in. Let's go. So, welcome back to All-Star Fandom Prime, All-Star coverage for all your fandoms. Wasn't here last week, but thanks to Doc and Jen for holding it down for me, doing a great job. Filling in for Doc tonight, we have Evan, another close friend of mine who wrestling, geek stuff, Marvel, DC, whatever it is.
All nerds welcome.
Yes,
thanks for having me. Yeah.
Hey, we're happy to be here.
So super happy that you could join us because it's been a long time coming. Before we jump into this brand new day, there was one other segment that we had too. It's Fandom Flashpoint. Very Spider-Man centric. What do you like better? Organic web shooters or actual web shooters? Organic web or actual web shooters? We're going to debate that tonight, see which one you like the best. But before we get into that, we got to go and check out this Spider-Man trailer. So, you ready to? We ready? We're just gonna jump right in this because it's been 12 hours, and let's do it.
I can't believe our first hit at my team. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Oh wow.
Oh, that'll make me jump off a roof too.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other.
Oh my goodness.
Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
What the hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering.
What?
Suit yourself.
Oh, this is straight up the video game.
Shut it!
Go home!
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's
Why are
heart.
you doing this to yourself, man?
No!
What is happening to me?
Is it coming out of his wrist?
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see. Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of
the hand.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Okay. Jen, straight out the gate here. Overall reaction to that. Overall thoughts.
Incandescently happy. Incandescently happy. I'm just so happy. There's so okay. I think I'm starting to say this with many trailers we review on our show. They put so much in there, and yet there's not a lot in there at the same time. There's so many things happening in this trailer to both hype us up and to make us wonder what the freaking frack is happening in there. So, I'm gonna stop there because if y'all know me, and some of you do, I could keep going. So,
well, let's throw it to our.
I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Let's throw it to our illustrious guest, Evan. Evan,
please.
Yeah. I think this looks fantastic, and I'm saying this as someone who's I was kind of hot and cold on the previous trilogy. I think that like the Home trilogy, as it's called right now, really dug Homecoming. Not a huge fan of Far From Home, and then No Way Home, of course, was the big, amazing, one of the best Spider-Man movies ever. Yeah. I'm super. This trailer really gives me a lot of benefit of the doubt for this movie specifically. This is going to be directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the guy who directed the recent Wonder Man. Did you guys see?
Loved Wonder Man.
We loved Wonder Man,
and he did Shang-Chi too, right?
Yeah.
Rings. He's an amazing director. It's very clear, you can see from like he's taking the imagery and everything from Spider-Man comics and like putting them in live action.
The last 3 shots of that
trailer,
he's holding the guy and he's
were all those were all like panels from comic books.
Yeah. So he has like an amazing he has kind of like an amazing vision of how he wants this world to look and everything. And of course, like we'll go bit by bit and everything, but this movie is just jam-packed with stuff. There's so much going on in it. Like Jen said, it's just there's a lot of different moving pieces, and I'm hyped to see how they all connect together.
Huge Spider-Man fan, and this feels okay.
That shot right there,
this feels so good. Like this is Spider-Man on his own. No high tech, no billionaires to help with suits. No one knows him, but
literally back to square one.
Man got the key to the city. No one he's back to square one, washing his own suit. But just the imagery alone in here, I thought it would be a little brighter, just color wise, but I love it. And then in addition of the Punisher, obviously they've met before this because he called him Frank. But this is straight from the video game, man. This is playing. And then he said he was about to. This is perfect. He was about to curse, and he webbed him right before he could get the ucker out. And that's how you bring those two worlds together. That was the moment right there where I'm like, I've seen and read this too many times for me to think that this is anything good. There might be a multiple arm situation happening in this one, is my thoughts. And all this that they're showing with him going through everything he's going and actually shooting out web now, this is his next mutation sort of deal. We just know that other mutation is more arms sometimes. But this is, I don't know what to expect. I saw like 3 villains in this thing.
Yes. There are 3 villains in here.
We saw the Hand.
Yep.
We saw Scorpion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scorpion. Who else is in this?
There's Tarantula.
Yep.
In the last shot. Yeah.
And Boomerang is in one of the shots. It's just they're lower tier. Yeah, he was right there actually. But they're lower tier ground level villains, which is like, and not to like talk a lot about it, but one of the things that I've been waiting for a lot in a Spider-Man movie, like my entire life, has been like a gang war movie, right? Like Spider-Man like fighting on the ground and fighting. As far as we know, Vincent D'Onofrio is not signed up for this movie, unfortunately. I would have loved to see Kingpin in this, but we are getting Tombstone, another big, he wasn't in the trailer, but Tombstone is going to be in this. And I don't know.
Being played by the guy from Black Lightning. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
perfect casting.
Yeah, perfect casting. And also had a recent resurgence thanks to the video games. Really fantastic take on Tombstone in there. But I don't know how much do you guys know in terms of like, because I know I'm saying this as someone who did this a lot for my job, but like I know a lot of them.
What should we know, Evan?
What should you know? Well, there's
what should we know?
As you might see in the trailer itself, at one point when Peter opens the door to the tank, it appears that there's an old lady inside of the tank. at which point there seems to be something happening where she looks at someone.
I saw that.
Yeah. So while this isn't confirmed, this has been something that has been talked about for months. One of the actors, of the many thousands of actors who are going to be a part of this movie, one of them is Sadie Sink, who recently is mostly known for Stranger Things. She played Max in Stranger Things. And the big rumors, the rumor mill has it that she is going to potentially be Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And that this is going to be the introduction of one of the first. We've already had a couple mutants. Namor and Miss Marvel are mutants in the MCU, but this will be our first our first official MCU X-Men.
X-Men. Yeah.
X-Men. So that's again not confirmed. Even I don't know if that's the case yet, but all signs are pointing to the idea that maybe Jean Grey is going to be a part of this, which will be very interesting. Because that never happened in the comics in terms of like Spider-Man and Jean Grey have had a couple interactions, but nothing like huge.
But nothing story like this.
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
and also the Hulk's in it, and like a lot of
Hulk is my guy. I'm so excited. Hulk is my favorite. So for me, when see Mark, I'm like, yes, thank you.
So obviously, we saw Mark Ruffalo in it, and there's. He's not Professor Hulk. He's just Banner. He's just Bruce. That's it.
Listen, leave Professor Hulk alone. I don't have a problem with Professor
Do
Hulk.
we get, a tear up the city sort of Hulk, or do we get another? I've heard so many rumors about like another certain color of a Hulk.
Well,
there's so much in this. This is a comic book come to life. I hope this movie is like 2.5 hours because I'm gonna need enough time with everything.
Listen, if all of us nerds can sit through every single extended edition of the Lord of the Rings, we can sit through a 3-hour Marvel movie because we did it for Endgame too. Don't give me
when people started complaining about like what was a recent movie that was super long? Maybe Avatar. Like
Avatar, that was like practically 4
We
hours.
have been through the Titanic. We have been through extended edition Lord of the Rings.
Titanic, 2 tapes.
2 tapes.
2 tapes. That's right.
That's how long it was. It took 2 VHS tapes. And when DVD came out, it took 2 discs. Anyway,
but with this is I think this is just a comic book come to life. This looked great. Real quick too, a few questions to toss around.
Well, I wanted to jump. I'm sorry to interrupt. I wanted to jump on a few things that Evan said, just for the sake of conversation. One of the things I'm hoping I see, because, and Evan, correct me if I'm incorrect with comic book lore. Bruce Banner won't remember Spider-Man, but the Hulk will. Correct?
Oh, that's something. So that's an excellent point, because that is accurate to the comics in the fact that Hulk remembers it, whereas Bruce Banner doesn't. So that's primarily, we don't know what Hulk, a Hulk is going to show up in this. We've seen, there have been promotional material that shows like the Hulk appearing. So Jen makes a great point. That's a great point, Jen, because I hadn't even thought of that. It's like, he could potentially know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. As Dion mentioned, there is the potential that this is going to be a Hulk of a different color. For those who aren't comic book fans, one of the main personalities of the Hulk, if you can believe it, his second personality was when he was a character named Joe Fixit. And Joe Fixit is Jen, are you familiar with Joe Fixit? Do you know who Joe Fixit is?
No, I'm not. Like, one of the things that I need to start doing is getting into more comic books, because that's the one area that I'm late to the game in. So my comic knowledge lacks.
Go ahead and describe how cool this Hulk is, man.
I mean, cool. So Joe Fixit was the second ever version of the Hulk, and he appeared in the early mid 1980s. And Joe Fixit is a gray-skinned Hulk who believes that he is a gangster.
Oh my gosh!
He lives in Las Vegas. He wears a pinstripe suit. He carries around a Tommy gun. Like this is it's completely ridiculous. But like, I love
I'm gonna
Joe
research this later.
Oh,
dude,
yeah. Just type
it
into Google, it'll show him immediately. But I've been waiting for that version of the Hulk to. I didn't think that version of the Hulk would ever appear. There were rumors originally that for those who don't know, there was a rumor that the villain Mr. Negative would appear in this, and you would know Mr. Negative because Mr. Negative showed up in the video game,
in the first game,
in the games and everything. And one of his powers is that when he touches someone, he has the ability to turn them effectively flip a switch to make them from good to evil, evil to good. And so that was maybe the idea, that he would touch the Hulk, turn him into Joe Fix-It, and we would go from there. But
that would be
that would be super cool. But that's who Joe Fix-It is. That's a primer on it. There's a couple of other Hulks, but I doubt any of the other ones are gonna.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm curious about, because since everyone now doesn't remember who Peter Parker is, I'm wondering if because one of the things that we've talked about on the show, especially more on the DC side with the newer movies that have come out, how they seem to be going more comic book hard or more comic book accurate. Yeah. So, which I think is very important. I know Dion and Doc agree with that, because one of the things we always say on our show was use the source material. It's there.
Yeah.
Just use it. So that's a detail I'm actually hoping to see, because with what we know has happened to Peter and what we're ultimately going to get, I think for me personally, my own opinion, I think it would be a nice moment to where it would be a nice surprise that Peter has a little bit of relief of knowing there's someone that still remembers me.
Yeah.
So, like, with everything else going on, because like with what we're seeing in this trailer, starting from square one, like he's washing his Spider-Man suit in a washer machine, probably in a basement, holding the key to the city and no one to share it with.
It's rough.
That's Spider-Man, man.
Rough, man.
That's kind of where Peter excels, when he's at the bottom of the food chain, and kind of his life being systematically destroyed by being Spider-Man. And this is kind of feels like it's going in that direction again.
Yeah.
And I do think this with the Spider-Man too, I think it's 4 years after No Way Home. So I think it's 4 years after that. So he's been doing this for 4 years now. We got sort of like a veteran street level sort of Spider-Man now. Yeah. And Evan, you talked about it a little bit, just that having a street level MCU shift, because we've been multiverse jumping so much, and now we truly get like a pocket of New York where it was like we got essentially what the cartoons and comics used to be. Around the block, we could possibly see Frank Castle, Daredevil. We got the Hand, man. How is Daredevil not going to win? You know, or so Evan, just do you feel like the street level it's a good shift from what we've been having with the MCU in the past?
Yeah.
I really do, because there has been, and especially since the Netflix MCU stuff ended, and yeah, we got Daredevil back, and yes, Jessica Jones is coming back, which I can't wait for. That comes out next week, by the way, season 2, Daredevil Born Again. But one of the things that it kind of has been lacking, the MCU has been lacking, is a lot more of the grounded stuff. I mean, even like Wonder Man was more a grounded approach to superheroes in general, but we have kind of missed that in terms of like, you know, like we had, there's been Guardians of the Galaxy, there's been the Avengers movies that have been so big, but even the last Spider-Man movie, like as good as that was, it still was very like not grounded in terms of multiverse stuff. And even before then, like Far From Home didn't take place in New York City, so we had like Homecoming was very grounded, which was great. But this feels like the right time to kind of do that, and you can still have it be very big. Obviously, this movie is huge in terms of the number of pieces that are moving around and everything. But being able to like have, man, I've been dying for a movie that has like villains that aren't just like Green Goblin or Venom, or Dr. Octopus.
We've talked about that.
And
he has one of the best road galleries next to Batman. So it's him and Batman, best ones. Just pick. You can close your eyes and pick.
You don't need already, like Scorpion shows up in there, and Scorpion was already like teased at the end of Homecoming. And yeah, there he is. And he looks great. Michael Mando has been dying to play Scorpion for so long. But being able to bring in, this is the perfect venue to bring in a lot of villains, because this is effectively, and I don't know the plot overall as to whether or not it's a bunch of gangs that are fighting against each other. For now, it kind of seems like it's just Tombstone. But the idea of like a mob employing Tarantula and Boomerang and Scorpion and trying to take out Spider-Man, that's perfect. You don't need to know what Boomerang's backstory is. He's just a guy with boomerangs.
I mean, yeah.
I like, there's a couple of things I want to jump on here, but yeah, I agree with that. With some of these stories, we don't need the backstory. Just say, here are the characters on the chessboard and go. Just go. But yeah, one of the things we talked about on the show, especially when we were reviewing season 1 of Daredevil, is we talked about quite a few times how Spider-Man is here. He's about, in the comic books, they cross paths more than once. So I'm also wondering with this, because of how much we talked about it when we were doing our Daredevil episodes, are we going to possibly finally get a Daredevil Spider-Man crossover? Because we're on the ground, we're getting into the grit with this one, and I'm wondering too, like, even though we may not get Kingpin, I wonder if he's going to kind of be like Emperor Palpatine. You always know he's there. There's like some mention of him, his shadow somewhere going on. So do you think that could be a possibility that we might get that?
I think there could be a strong possibility. Like, the thing is that Vincent D'Onofrio has said a lot that like he'd love to do a Spider-Man movie. It feels like it's never going to happen because there's like rights issues and stuff like that. But like he has shown up. He showed up in Hawkeye. Obviously, he showed up in the Daredevil. So like, I would hope that maybe like, I think that if he does appear, he'll be like a stinger or something like that. This movie has so much going on that it would be tough to imagine how much Wilson Fisk could be in this. But yeah, I would like the way that I would hope that it would end is that it like teases or teases Kingpin, and then in whatever the 5th movie is, it's a Spider-Man and Daredevil versus Kingpin movie.
And that would be perfect. But that would be the perfect like rollout for that one. We already got the combo of Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. It'd be great to actually get Daredevil and Spider-Man. But with Daredevil, apparently comes the Punisher too. So how is this dynamic for this movie gonna work? We know how gritty, how nasty Frank Castle has been. And now we get him next to Spider-Man. It's like a flipping of roles from like Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Well, not really. They both are pretty violent. But it's like one person is like, hey, I got all these quips for you. And the other one is telling like, shut the F up, sort of deal. How is that going to combine? Is that like a tone clash, or is like that just perfect evolution for what the MCU is right now? Jen.
For me, I think they can blend it really well, because as like one of the things that I do sometimes is, if you take the Marvel piece out of it and just everyday scenarios, everyday people, some of us know some of the same people, or we don't know some of the same people, and we react differently to different people based on personality, situations, and vibes. So that's going to be the same thing with the Punisher and Spider-Man and the Punisher and Daredevil. Frank is going to be different with Matt versus Pete, because Pete is just, to a point, happy-go-lucky, very peppy. I mean, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and Matt is just like,
he don't look happy, Jen. He don't look happy.
I'm saying in general, like, from what we know of Spider-Man when we first met him, like he has like that, like a peppy type thing. So I just feel it can be different dynamics to a point, and it can work, and we know it works because it's in the comic books. So there's no reason for it not to work unless, heaven forbid, the writing is bad.
No, I don't. I hope that's not the case. But Evan, how do you think this is going to clash together, man?
So one of the biggest problems that I think a lot of people had with the idea when John Bernthal was originally confirmed for this was kind of like, well, how's Punisher going to work in a PG-13 movie? And I'll tell you how he's going to work. He works exactly like in the trailer, which is Frank is going to be Frank, and every time he tries to do something R-rated, Peter is going to have to web him up or
which is hysterical.
Which is hilarious. That's hilarious.
We saw in the trailer already, right?
Yeah, we saw it in the trailer, but
it's the equivalent to Captain America saying to Iron Man, "Language."
Yeah, language. Yeah. It's effectively like Frank is still going to be Frank, and he is definitely going to like try to do stuff like headshots. He's going to try to like shoot somebody with a shotgun, and then Peter's going to have to try to like steer the shotgun up into the air or like do stuff like that. So I think it's going to work
look
a
at
very
that.
good dynamic. That's perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. Whoever decided this, thank you.
It was the director, from what I heard. Like he wanted to make sure he put in like actual comic book shots. The one with Tarantula earlier, that's from a comic book.
So good.
Obviously, we knew this one. Like we all know this one. We've seen this in our dreams, and we close our eyes at night. We've seen this one before. But I'm looking forward to this so much. I think that dynamic between Frank and Spider-Man is going to be a really good one. I agree with everything you all said. It's going to be that clash. Hey, I'm going to try to curse, but he's going to web him. Hey, I'm going to try to kill this person. He's going to stop him. And that's going to be a lot for Spider-Man to take on in this. But it's so hard to figure out, at least from this first trailer. And I'm sure we'll get one more before it drops, July? Was it June or July?
July
31st. July 31st. So
I'm going to say something.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot.
Go ahead.
1 second. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get a lot more with it, but it's like, where is this focus going to be? What's the main villain focus? Like, is it somebody, puppeteering, throwing them at it? It reminds me of the Batman Origins game where it was a bounty on Batman's head, or multiple comic books like that, where it's like, it's one night, you got to take him out. Here's the bounty.
Yeah.
That would be even dope, because
that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's endless on what we could have here now, because there's so many villains in this thing. And he has one of the best rogue galleries of all superheroes. And I just saw a solid 4 that I've never seen in the movie before. So I am happy about that. And Peter they keep beating him up, man. This man can't get a win. Like, it's even like the Tobey Maguire ones. I'm like,
he keeps taking an L.
Crying, man. Like, just be happy, man. I just want to be happy. That's all.
Choose happy.
It. Go ahead, Jid. I just want to be happy.
I'm going to say 2 things. The first one is, I'm going to say something a little controversial.
Ooh.
I don't think we need another trailer. Just let it be. Because we've talked about this recently with the Lanterns trailer for the past 2 weeks. I don't want to know what you have in your hand in this card game. I want to be left surprised. I want to, like, it's like what I shared on our T'Challa Chadwick Boseman episode. Evan, when that was at a time where I wasn't paying a lot of attention to, like, oh, who are they casting? Like, all the news that comes out of it. So I went in, I had no idea Black Panther was going to be in there. And it was my first Chadwick. So I was just completely overwhelmed with everything that was happening.
Oh, you mean in Civil War?
Yes, in Civil War.
Oh man, that must be cool.
I'm like,
that was the one.
My mother had to put her hand on my arm and go, "You need to stay calm. We are in the movie theater."
But that's the thing, Devin. Jiz told us this story. She had no clue.
No clue.
He was in it. Like, could you imagine going into a movie and be like,
I'm sitting there and I see this man and I went, no. So my point is, I don't really want another trailer because I want to be surprised. I don't want to kind of figure out, oh, I think this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Is it fun to speculate? Of course it is. But I would like to just go in and just have moments of, I can't believe they did that. This happened.
I have a good story that is Spider-Man related to that. And I think about this to this day because I don't know if you all knew this, but do you know the original marketing plans for Spider-Man No Way Home? Do you know what they were originally planning on doing? Originally, how they were going to sell it to the general audience was that they were just going to sell it as a Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange movie. And you were never going to see, not only you weren't going to see, obviously they kept Toby and Andrew out of the marketing and lead up to the movie, but they weren't even going to show any of the villains. So you would have gone into that movie and then Green Goblin and Doc Ock and Electro and Sandman all would have shown up without you even knowing. And I think about that sometimes, thinking about how good would that surprise have been.
Because I think they don't understand. It's hard for me. I know they have to get all the promotional stuff out. I get it. They got to sell toys. I know. But off what they've done already, you could just told us it's coming out July 31st and we were going to be there without seeing anything. It's like buying Super Bowl tickets, not knowing which team's going to play, or buying WrestleMania tickets and not knowing the card. Like, we're going to be there anyway, regardless. We're going to show up.
It's like when they announced Doomsday and they just showed the parade of chairs with RDJ at the end of it. I'm like, I'm going. Again, I'm good. I will be there.
But even the marketing for this trailer was actually different. Jen, I'm glad you brought that up too, because yesterday they were just releasing clips of this. I believe they released how many clips was it? 12 to
something crazy. It was like dozens of
24 maybe. Were they just doing like small, very quick snippets of the trailer? I didn't have time for all of that. I was like, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll just wait till tomorrow morning. But like, you don't even need that. Evan, just from your background and everything, how do you think that worked yesterday? It was odd, but what was the point?
What was the point? I mean, okay. So from how it was released, you can get the studio reasoning and you can get the real reasoning that we can probably figure out for ourselves. The studio reasoning is to tease people about, get ready, you're going to get hyped for the trailer or whatever. The real reason is that Warner Brothers released Dune 3 yesterday and they didn't want to, you don't want to be in the same 24-hour, you can't have Dune 3 and Spider-Man Brand New Day release on the same day, because it'll take attention away from one or the other. And that's why I'm still saying, I don't know if you guys knew, but Dune 3 and Doomsday are still releasing
on the same day.
On the same day, somebody's gonna blink. I would put money on somebody's gonna. Oh, 100%. So?
Okay.
I don't think that. Honestly, I think if I had to put money on it, I'd probably say Warner Brothers blinks before Disney does, because Doomsday is going to be so big. But it'll be great.
Because RDJ and Timothy were like, yeah, it's Doomsday. It's fine.
I mean, it's possible, but one of them's going to suffer greatly. And I think if they're both released that same weekend, I don't know, are people really going to, because both of them are going to be 3.5 hour long movies. And even Barbenheimer wasn't that.
We have sat through the Titanic and all of the stuff.
But even given that, I know how I can be sometimes. I know how I can be really good superhero movies I've seen. I'm probably going to go back and see it that weekend. You know what I mean? Or if somebody didn't go see it, hey, you want to go see it? That's how it works. If I have to choose this weekend or that weekend to what movie to see that weekend, I'm gonna go Doomsday. But I think the majority of people will too, just because of the weight of that movie and the fact they started a countdown clock a year leading into this thing. So
and how long we had to wait for this compared to the Dune films. There has been longer tension between the Avengers movies from the last one we got to the one we're getting. So the fact we've had this big expanse of time and we're all like, we're finally getting it. Mm-hmm. And RDJ is coming back.
I agree with Evan. I think Warner Brothers is going to blink first. I don't trust Warner Brothers as far as I can throw them throw a 10-ton banana. But I'm not. I bet they blink and they'll move it up.
to your point, we've actually seen them do this before because we were in the same situation with one of the Harry Potter movies and when one of the Lord of the Rings was coming out. And what did they do? They moved the Harry Potter premiere to the fall and let Lord of the Rings have the summer. So they've done it before.
Yeah, and it's Warner Brothers, man. They like meddling into things, and
stop it.
it's just the way it goes for them sometime, you know. But hey, it's July 31st.
Did you get all your questions, Dion? Did you ask everything you wanted?
I think so. I think we've covered covered a lot.
No, I just want to make sure you got your questions in.
It's just a lot to cover because I'm going off of like my notes that I do have, but then every time I like play the trailer or run a picture, I'm like, man, like they coming for him, man. Like there's no, he gets nothing, man. He has no friends. He's by himself, no relatives, and it makes so many other. It creates so many other questions in the future of like, the whole Bruce Banner thing with the Hulk.
I hope he get. For me, it's really selfish on my part, but I really want that moment. If I get that, I'm good.
I will say I hope he doesn't just sort of punish himself because we've seen those scenes with him and MJ, and I'm sure people are gonna like dissect those breakdowns or those parts of that trailer to nausea, but she never looked happy either. It's like she remembers something too. It's like watching him get the key to the city, if this is true in the trailer, because we do know Marvel has a tendency to delete things out of trailers or just give you parts that were never going to be in the movie to begin with. So I think you still got fresh. I think you still got fresh eyes for it. But with MJ, is it too much for Peter Parker to be happy, man? Like how many movies?
Too much.
How many Spider-Man have? we didn't even talk about this. We brought it up. He could mutate into an actual spider.
Yeah,
this could.
This is for those who don't know the comics, this has happened, I want to say 2 or 3 times. The first time being in Amazing Spider-Man number 100, where he gets the additional arms, and he has 6 arms or 4. Is it 4 or 6 arms? He gets.
It's 6, 4. I think. Yeah,
it's 6 arms. Yeah, he gets 6 arms. In the cartoon, he becomes the man spider, which is like a big tarantula-looking thing. But there's also a comic book storyline called The Other that is all about Spider-Man getting the organic web shooters, something we'll talk about a little later. But it also like allowed him to have like giant spikes coming out of his arms and like crazy crap like that. He fought a villain that I'm actually hoping to see in the movies one day named Morlun, who's a really cool idea and concept. But yeah, it's again, they're smashing together like 18 different plots from the comics into one giant thing.
But then it makes me think of like Dr. Connors usually helped him with this mutation, right? Mm-hmm. There was no inkling to Dr. Connors in this, but there is a Bruce Banner. So who knows if that's been switched to that, so we can get that connection again.
Which then will lead me to questions like, okay, so how does this lead up to Doomsday?
Who knows, Jen? I don't know.
It's like that's an interesting change. It's like, well, technically in the comic books it's this, but let's put Banner in here because Banner's going to be in Doomsday, and then we could do this, and then we could do this, and we could do.
It could be a link, obviously. It could definitely be a link. But even looking at like, I want him to keep his mask on the entire time. I still don't want him to take his mask off. I want I want him around other superheroes, all of them using their real names. I'm Spider-Man, but the mask still on. I don't want Tom Holland to take his mask off one single time if he has a superhero team up, man. Nothing.
I'm going to push back a little bit just because of the moment I want. If they do the Hulk thing, I would be okay if the mask came off just for Hulk.
Just for
Hulk. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, because to get back to the web shooters too, I know when this Peter Parker came around, especially for the fans who don't know the comic books, like myself for one, if people are like, well, Tobey Maguire had natural web shooters, why can't he have them? So I'm wondering if it's also a little bit of a let's bring it back to
hold that thought, Jen. Hold that thought for the tail end, okay?
Okay.
And we'll cover that there. But Yeah, I mean this rocked for 2 days on the internet, and now people will dissect this trailer until July 31st. Or if we get another one, I'm sure we'll get us a trailer number 2 just to lead us into it. But again, as Marvel, we never really know what we're gonna get and what's real. Like we saw a lot of No Way Home stuff that had Toby and Andrew erased out of it. There could be a certain situation in this one too. But we shall see. But moving on, we're moving from the street level to another galaxy far away. We're heading to Jen's neck of the woods here. With more Star Wars Shadow Lord. Obviously, Darth Maul is getting a series on Disney Plus. They released a trailer number 2 for this one as well. So very trailer heavy. We got another one to go through with Dune later tonight. It's gonna be tough to get through all this, but we're gonna make it. So, but while I pull this up, let's go ahead and take a look at Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord trailer number 2.
Our target is a syndicate leader. He is associated with several criminal organizations and proficient with a laser sword.
Man.
The Empire tried to kill me. Their betrayal demands consequence. And that consequence requires a weapon. Together, we can destroy the Empire.
He wants to fight as allies.
The Empire may be our common enemy, but Maul will never be our ally.
We need to find him, whatever it takes.
This is escalating out of our hands. The Empire will want answers.
The Empire will lock this planet down.
Jedi, where is Maul? I'm right here. Let us have our revenge.
Is this a movie?
Take out the whole Empire.
Jen, not even gonna say a word. Jen, it's all yours. Floor is yours.
I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, we're finally getting this. The animation looks so good. Again, another trailer with so much stuff, so many people, so many Inquisitors, and where we are in the timeline, and the fact that there's a guy running around with a laser sword, and he can hurt people. I'm like, nah. No. Really? Really? That's the description you get? So, oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start with this. This trailer's fantastic. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. And this is coming out.
I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second. Evan.
I think it. Well,
go ahead. Yeah.
So I don't have as much. I don't know. Have you guys both watched the Clone Wars TV show? Jen, you've seen all the Clone Wars. Yeah, I know that. Yes. I know that. Like, there are very passionate. The Clone Wars has a very passionate fan base, and that's always been something that I've been meaning to watch at some point, because it has been. I know that this is kind of a continuation of that, and Jen, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, doesn't this take place after the events of that series, or maybe sort of?
If I remember correctly, it's definitely in the pocket of it, because we get Maul in the Clone Wars where his legs are already reestablished. So, actually, let me let me pull this up right now because we're talking about it. Yeah. I want to make sure I get this correct. But I believe it's more toward before we were reintroduced to him in the Clone Wars. As far as the timeline, because we basically get to see him in the underground where he's just Palpatine has abandoned him. He's completely dejected because here's the thing about Palpatine that I've always talked about and will forever talk about. Palpatine is a puppet master. He has more than one rule of two apprentice at the same time. They're all together at once. Maul is running amok while Dooku is running amok. And then he already has his sights set on Anakin, this tiny little boy who he starts doing his thing on to kind of get him prepped and ready. So you know, it's going to be very interesting because I actually just saw something with Sam Whitaker where he is talking about this character. Hold on, I'm trying to type and talk at the same time.
Oh, go ahead.
We're in the timeline.
Yeah, take your time because
okay, so it's actually 1 year after the Clone Wars season 7. So yeah, it's a year later.
Okay. Yeah, and I think like Maul is kind of one of those characters where I don't know a lot about his backstory in general. Like I know that he has a meaty backstory. Like I've seen his movie appearances and everything, but even from this trailer, like I'm gonna give this a shot. I gave like Star Wars Bad Batch. I watched a couple of episodes of that, and that was pretty cool.
That show was good. The joke was amongst my friends is like the body count is getting higher with on-scene deaths.
They've made the animated stuff has worked really well. I know that Dave Filoni, the guy who took over for Kathleen Kennedy, is just super into Star Wars lore in general. So I'm interested to see kind of where Maul goes. I'll certainly watch at least the first episode or so.
Yeah, so Maul is actually a very interesting character, and to what Sam was talking about very recently was that when he was first approached about doing Maul for the animated series that we already have, both in Clone Wars and in Rebels, where we see him again, is, you know, he and Dave started talking, and one of the things that they both agreed on, the fact that Palpatine picks Maul to be an apprentice, he's not just a guy that knows how to do acrobatics and zappy, blasty, the labor. This dude is highly intelligent to the fact that you have no idea he even exists until you see him on a movie screen on Tatooine in the background. Like that's how legit this guy is. So the fact that we're going to get more of his story and what happens to him after the Empire and what Palpatine has done to him with the betrayal and everything, and he has his own thing, and he's like also building up to what we see in Rebels as we already know. It's like the Titanic, we know it's going to sink. Same thing with how so how we know how Maul is going to end eventually, how it all weaves together, and we actually get to see him down in the nitty gritty, like when he's just now more of a shadow than everything. So yay. And I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to watch this trailer again because I heard a laughter and I'm like, that can't be the Emperor. That can't be. That doesn't sound like the Emperor. I have to listen to that laugh again. I'm like, no, wait.
Okay, so we all know like Maul is like he's naturally a villain, correct?
Well,
yeah, that's one of the things that I am looking forward to, because I'm always a big fan of seeing stories that are villains versus villains kind of thing, and that's like I really hope that they don't. We're not seeing a Book of Boba Fett situation on our ends where like they try to soften Maul or whatever.
You're on the side of the fence that you don't like the Book of Boba Fett.
I am on the side of the fence where I wasn't that big of a fan of the Book of Boba Fett.
Hey,
I thought that
they gave me 3 Mandalorian episodes, so I can't be mad at it. Like I really can't be. I can't be mad.
I just, me personally, and this is a personal thing, I just wish that they'd kept Boba Fett a little more like villainous as he was, you know, in the original, versus it felt like they softened him a little bit for Book of Boba Fett, and I just, that's a personal thing, but I'm hoping that they kind of keep Maul very evil, very evil in this.
That's the thing, right? He goes from villain to sort of like this anti-hero sort of lead right now. Are we gonna?
Sorta, I guess. I didn't see him, Jen. You know better than me, but did you feel like he was more of an anti-hero in Clone Wars, or was he still like pretty much?
Or even do you anticipate him being that in this?
I can see it more in this because technically the main premise of this is that Maul is plotting to rebuild the criminal syndicate on a planet that is untouched by the Empire. So where he has some basis of control. Hey, Sage, what's up? I see you. Doc is busy, but he's well. So we have Evan who's hanging out with us tonight. So the thing, like, it can be a little bit of both. I think we might see that more in this show than before because technically he is a Sith. He was a Sith to Palpatine, which, and in using the dark side of the Force, so the dude's pretty sinister, pretty evil to a point. So, and here's the thing about Palpatine, like I said before, he's a puppet master. He knows how to talk gab. Like, you could argue he probably invented gab to a point because he also took out Dark Plagueis the Wise, who was his master, because it's the rule of two with Siths. And that's part of the Sith lore where the apprentice at some point has to try to take out the master. That's the whole thing. So even with that, and Maul knowing that, that's also a failure of Maul, that he never got an opportunity, at least from what we know of him thus far, to even take out Palpatine, because we also don't know to a point, unless you're into the comic books and then the books and all the stuff that's come out after it, is what Palpatine told Maul and how he was going to rise to glory and fame like he has done with Dooku, like he has done with Anakin, and whoever else he is using as a puppet. We still should have gotten the Jar Jar Binks story. I'm not going to let that go. George, I love you, sir.
But Jen, so in this trailer too, it looks like he might have an apprentice of his own, perhaps, or working with.
Well, that goes back to falling back on, you know, the Sith lore. You know, there's always a master and there's always an apprentice, and we've seen that in the Clone Wars. We've seen that in Rebels with Ezra, where he was trying to get Ezra to be his apprentice. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all that he's trying to find an apprentice to work with him, because that's what he knows. That's part of of being a Sith. He needs an apprentice at some point. So yeah, I can see him trying to turn a Jedi who escaped Order 66 and is on the run, within this universe, trying to turn somebody else. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Because also from the trailer, just from the listening and seeing it from the first time, it sounds like Maul is struggling with what's happened with Palpatine and trying to find his place. So the fact that he wants to build something on a planet that the Empire hasn't touched could be a plot to, I have to take out the Emperor. That could be a part of it. And then wanting and needing an apprentice. So then talking to a Jedi and getting into how the Jedi failed her, that they didn't see this coming with Order 66, that Yoda failed her. The whole conversation with the Yoda is just another conversation in itself. So yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Again, I've always said, like, I need to go back and watch a few of the Clone Wars thing, because I love Sam Witwer, yeah, too. Obviously, yes, he voiced what was the video game?
Force Unleashed. He was a Star Killer.
Yes. So good. Yeah, I wish that was. Yeah, I wish that was. That's not canon, right, Jen? Is that canon?
No, there's no way that's canon. There's no way that. I refuse to believe
I was afraid that it was.
It depends on the day, because as we all know, we've discussed on the show, with every universe, there's always cherry picking. We have the cinematic universe of Marvel. I called Star Wars the cinematic universe, and technically the rule is whatever's in movie or show form is canon. So if Star Killer appears one day and we already have the game. That means it will be canon.
And it's been so long.
That's how it works.
Hasn't it? It's been so long now. I feel like that's never ever gonna happen for some reason. But I mean, it's Star Wars right now. Like this might, or at least the animation is sort of outperforming live action. But we get the Ryan Gosling movie next year, right?
Starfighter.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting one too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But hey, we're back with Star Wars. They're pumping out animation and really good animation, and this whole universe that has built off the back of Clone Wars, essentially, or this for that. And now we get Maul in it. I like the spinoffs. I like they're actually giving me something more to add to the lore of Star Wars than just your general run of the mill. You know, here's the Skywalker story. I think that's why we fell in love with like the Mandalorian, even though it weaved into it. It was something a bit new, and now we're going to see Maul's sort of side of things, of him getting, I don't know, getting his get back or get what's his goal here? Just to take out whoever? What's the plan? I want to know the plan, man. That's all I need to know. I want to know the plan.
I think that's one of the brilliant things about Star Wars, and I would even argue Marvel and DC. I mean, the universes are so massive, and then as they continue to grow, you can get so many stories from so many characters. With that said, I will say this. I think you do have to be careful with certain characters with picking which ones to do a show with or a story with, because then the part of the debate, as we already know, within the Star Wars fandom, do we really need it? Like Acolyte, yes, we need it. I said what I said. So I think this show is going to be very fitting because it's one of those stories, like with Kenobi, for example. Fans for years upon years wanted a story of what was Kenobi doing on Tatooine that whole freaking time? Do he and Vader cross paths again? Do they have another rematch? Like, fans have wanted that. And when we finally got it, yay. So it's the same thing with Maul. Maul was a very interesting character, very mysterious. What is his story? And I think this is going to really add to what we already know and make it more rich. So can you just drop it today, please?
Nope, you gotta wait till April. It's close though. What was it, April 6th?
April like 6th or something.
Yeah, so it's close, Jen. So you have to wait too long.
It's ready now. Just drop it now.
Well, something else that you'll have to wait for a little longer is Dune Part 3.
Oh,
this seems very fitting, and we're gonna take a look at this trailer as well. This seems like this is gonna be off the heels of a Timothée Chalamet Oscar, but unfortunately it was not. Don't put ballet in. Don't say anything about ballet and opera. You could have had an Oscar
in ballet. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
I felt like it was jokingly, but at the same time, like I look over and see Matthew McConaughey, and he had his like hat. And his hat was like kind of like this, and he was just kind of laughing. I was like, "Oh, that's not good." Like that's even he knows it's not good.
We could get into it, but the fact that he comes from a family where both his mama and his sister dance with New York City Ballet and American Ballet Theater, which are some of the prominent ballet companies that most dancers want to dance with, dude, what are you doing?
Then as a kid, he probably got tired of that.
Do you know how many other kids that have respect that don't dance ballet because other people? Like, I'm gonna calm down.
I'm not taking up for him at all. I'm just saying, I get it. It's like, okay, perfect example. I think this example will cross over well. It's like growing up going to a black church. You're there Sunday from Sunday school at 9:30.
Yeah,
service is at 11. You might make it home by 3. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those situations. And then you go back on Tuesday, Wednesday choir for Bible study, Wednesday choir practice, Thursday something else, maybe Friday something else. When you love going, you get the meaning behind it. But there's certain times where you're like, man, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. But Again, not taking up for Timothée Chalamet. It was just bad timing with those words. That's all. Very bad timing with those words. But let's take a look at this Dune Part 3 trailer. It looks more rugged than the first two. So let's take a look.
Oh, it's gonna be rugged.
If we have a girl, what will we name her?
Her name should be Ganima. She'll need to be strong, like her mother.
What a summer for Zendaya and
we got a lot of stuff coming out.
And Tom Holland for Odyssey.
And Glenn Powell.
So he would have the wisdom of his grandfather.
War feeds on itself. The more I fight, the more our enemies fight back.
Addison?
I'm doing the best I can to protect my family.
That's my type of fight. Just walk through.
How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
Look at that! Oh my god!
I'm not afraid to die. But I must not die. Yet.
That cast. Good grief.
Crazy cast. Yeah, that's.
Oh my god!
I had already seen this trailer before, so I was like, throughout the day, I was just like,
The fact that they put the chant in there, I'm not surprised. It's David. I mean, I'm so happy.
So,
keep saying that.
just initial reactions, Jen, from that. Thoughts on this Dune 3 trailer? Will it, man, from that, does it stick the landing from this trailer? Again, we're anticipating a reaction after, but yeah.
So
from this trailer, are you anticipating that it will?
I think so. I mean, this director has done phenomenal with these films. I grew up on the original 80s film. I saw the 4 episodic show that was done back in the 90s. They're good. Are they excellent? Debatable. Again, among the fan base.
You had to be there, you know?
Our fan bases are very fickle, but I will say this. This adaptation that David has done is very accurate to the books, and he's executed them so very well. And for Dune 3, this is the first time we're getting a different Dune book. We have not gotten that cinematically or episodically from, at least according to my recollection, for what I've seen growing up. And this is the book that he's doing, is called, in the Dune lore, called Messiah. Ooh, that gets where that goes and where it lands and what happens to this guy and what's going to happen to him. Dune is a story of, he is the prophesied Messiah, but it's also a story of, this is why you don't want the person you need to be the Messiah to become the Messiah. Granted, he needs to become the Messiah, but at the same time, it's like, this is what happens when he really shouldn't be that.
Oh, that's not very
I want to be
comforting.
Careful.
You know what I mean? Like that's like.
Well, it's not. So to get back to the original question, I don't have any doubt that this is not going to land well. It is going to land well. It's what I'm interested to see is how he is going to land the plane, because when I was watching part 1, because I know the book and I know the other adaptations, I remember sitting in the theater going, this is so good. Where is he going to land it? Where does he conclude this to go into the rest of the book that is going to be part 2? And where he picked to land, I thought was excellent. It was the right choice to end part 1 to go into 2. But then at the end of part 2, he did something that was a change from the book and how he's already starting the Holy War already. I'm like, oh wait, we're starting that now? Oh, okay. Because there's other stuff that happens in the books before we get to that point. So how that's going to tie into the Messiah book and everything, I'm very intrigued in how he's handling it. So how we're getting into that and how he's going to explain that. And then, where he's going to land, because other stuff happens after this that just gets weirder and weirder and weirder, very weirder and weirder.
Evan, any thoughts on, again, what should have been Chalamet's crowning achievement week? This coming out too.
I mean, man, like, listen, controversies aside, Michael B. Jordan should have won for Sinners, and he did. So I'm happy about that.
For sure.
So, like, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. But so I'm not as familiar with like Dune source material. I wish I should. I need to read the books at some point. But like, I love those first two movies.
Messiah.
I'm just very happy that this movie exists, you know, that we're getting like a conclusion. I remember, aren't there like, and Jen, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but there's like way more books that were not written by the original author, right? Like that came after.
Yeah, so correct. So Frank writes, I believe, the first 3, maybe 4, and then his son takes over. His son continues to write the books, and part of the reason why they go very left and it just gets very weird. Why, when you ask Dune fans, hey, where should it 3? Just 3.
Just and
just stop at Messiah, and you're good.
and you're good. And so this feels like it'll be a natural conclusion. Like, I'm just honestly, I think this will go down as like one of the best movie trilogies. I like, even from like, I could watch these movies with like the sound off. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they're just so beautifully shot. The landscapes, the effects, everything works really well. But like, I'm happy I'll see that. Like, this is one of those movies where it's like a movie that must be seen in IMAX kind of deal. Like, I think like this is one of those movies that you guys see on the biggest screen possible.
I gotta share this again. When I saw Dune Part 2, I knew I was in the room with other Dune fans. 1, it was fully packed, and 2, when the coming of age scene comes where he rides the grandfather worm, no one was eating popcorn, no one was eating a drink. We were just watching that movie because it's such a big deal in the books where the whole room is silent, and we actually cheered when he rode the worm, and then just admiring the scale, because it's also the first time we've seen executed so well in each film the scale of what's written in the books. That is just done so well. Like the scale of the worm in part 1 that comes out that basically stops to look at Paul technically before the thumper gets turned on and turns away, because it's also part of the prophecy. And then you have the true scale of the grandfather worm with Paul writing it, never been done before. So yeah, you have to see this in IMAX. You have to.
And you'll be able to hear the additional thundering applause of Doomsday right next door.
Doomsday,
so,
so right next door.
To answer your original question, I'm going to go see both during the weekend. One day I'm going to go see Doomsday, and then the next day I'm just going to go see Dune.
That's probably the best way to do it.
And I think that's what, because I feel like both of them are going to be just like emotionally exhausting as well. Especially, obviously, bringing Steve Rogers back for this makes me very hesitant, but about anything. But even with this, having a conclusion to a story like this is going to be a big December 18th.
Yeah, December 18th.
Oh
Same
man.
So far until someone blinks, same weekend.
Until someone blinks, same weekend. But I will say I have to catch up on this series as well. I know the 80s one very well. Seen it probably too many times. Just
I grew up on that one, man. That was my introduction.
It was what it was. You know what I mean?
It was what it was. You know what I mean? My introduction to sci-fi as a kid, aside from Star Wars, even though Star Wars is technically fantasy, but like Dune is the godfather of sci-fi. Like, it's hardcore. It's so hardcore. I mean, there's other stuff that gets deep, but it's just like, where's a good sci-fi hardcore movie? Just watch Dune. Just Dune.
Yeah. And I mean, again, for it to have its own trilogy, and for Evan just saying straight up, this might go down as one of the best trilogies of all time. That's a lofty.
It's the first time it's been done as a trilogy too. Like, all the other adaptations never got this far.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right.
I'm happy to see that it got this far, really, because it seems like it deserved it. And like, as someone who wasn't into Dune originally, like, I think I saw the 80s movie once. These movies have just been friggin' awesome.
And you look at the cast too. It felt like the cast was undeniable too. Zendaya, Tom Holland, not Tom Holland, my bad. Timothée Chalamet.
Tom Holland will find his way into this one.
Big summer for Zendaya and Tom Holland, though. Big summer for him. Both with Spider-Man. She has Dune. He has the Odyssey. And so, the household's making a lot of money this summer. Yeah, and then Jason Momoa, Florence Pugh, like this cast. Oh, for sure. Are they really married? Do we know if they're married?
They're really married. They're really married.
Are they? Okay.
So congratulations to you both.
Because there were like some fake AI images going up around.
And there are, but
they were fake. Okay. I was like, they've been together for far too long.
I think she was somewhere promoting the movie she's done with Robert, and someone actually yelled at her, "Congratulations, Mrs. Holland!" And she laughed and did like this cute little walk. I was like, "Yes, girl, strut."
But yeah, big summer for them. Go ahead, Jen.
I'm surprised you're not asking a question, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I'm just gonna.
What question would you like me to ask?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just surprised. I'm just gonna let you let you experience it.
Should I be asking a question for this?
I'm just surprised you're not. That's all I'm saying, but I'm not gonna say what it is.
Is there something? Is it obvious? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, you can't do that to me. What did I miss? Was it in the trailer? What did I miss?
You're not going to ask about Jason Momoa?
What about him?
What happens in movie 1?
Oh, he said he didn't see them. I
have to catch up on these.
Oh, yeah, he has to catch up on them. But yeah, I don't know how he.
I'm definitely not saying nothing. No, you have to. No.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. He's Lobo this summer too. Like that's what I kept reading.
Oh yeah, he's also Lobo. Man, there's a lot of everybody's in everything.
There's multiple movie summers for these people.
And I really can't say anything because you have to watch them because there's going to be no point in that. Now I know why you're not asking the question I would think you would ask.
Okay, perfect. Maybe on the way before we get to it, I'll get to that question. How about that? Okay. Before we get to the release, I got to December to do it. But yeah, I don't want to get into any DC talk yet. Not the one that I want to talk about, but just with Momoa being in this, then Lobo. There's a lot of double dipping this summer and this year. Florence Pugh, I think she's in Doomsday.
Oh yeah,
I mean Doomsday, so she's in there.
Oh wow, so she has Dune and Doomsday too.
Yeah, there's a lot of double dipping this year from actors.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. Oh wait, so yeah, she's in 2 movies that released on the same weekend. That's wild.
Which is wild, right?
This is quite a year for movies, man. Like just the movies we're getting from sequels to original adaptations, like with the Odyssey, and like that cast alone. Just, I can nerd off about that one too. Just there's so much happening this year. We haven't had a year like this in how long?
I mean, we're finally sort of getting back on track here. I mean, granted, like with COVID, then the writer's strike and all that stuff, and like I feel like we're finally sort of getting back a bit on track. It's been 5-6 years now, where now summer movies are back to being like those summer movies, or those even now. Shoot, your holiday movie, well, your holiday movies, but your winter movies, fall and winter movies are stacking up a lot too. But hey, gonna watch this one. But even 5 years ago to the day, which is a wild thing to think about. Wow. A coalition of fans came together and wrinkled enough collars to make WB say, like, okay, we'll just put it out. So 5th year anniversary of Zack Snyder's Justice League. We know we're firmly put into the DCU right now. We're firmly gripped into it. We got Superman recently. We're getting Supergirl. Lobo's in that. We're getting Lanterns. So we are fully in full swing of the DCU. But let me take you back 5 years. How about that? 5 years ago, what was it? Wednesday morning, Tuesday morning, whatever. I don't remember. You wake up and there's how many hours was that movie? Good grief. There's a anthology of Justice League on your HBO Max. I will admit, I woke up that morning super early and I watched it. I didn't have to go into work until later. I watched 4 hours. All 4. I felt like it was longer, Evan. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like it was long. It felt like it was longer than that. But now, since we're firmly into the DCU, can we somewhat look back fondly on what the DCU was and what it could have been? Evan, I'm glad I got you here tonight for this one. This is a good one. Here's a question. Should Warner Brothers have continued the Snyderverse? Go.
No. No.
As he said no.
No. Did you guys know what Snyder wanted to do for the rest of it? No. Did we really need a movie where Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane had a kid? That was one of the ideas he had for the
that was one of the ideas. It's true.
That was one of the ideas.
I'm not talking about what. Okay, I did. I did sort of actually should have continued, but could there have been certain elements of this universe that could have been extended?
Jen, were you gonna? You were asking to wait for something. You were.
you said in a coherent sentence that Snyder wanted Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane.
Let's forget all about that, okay? Let's forget all about that. We're celebrating the 5 years.
Let's just forget about the things that would have happened.
Let's look at the things
That's like a novella.
Let's look at the things that did happen. All right. Okay. We got that other crappy Joss Whedon Justice League.
Yeah. I will like credit where credit is due. Zack Snyder's Justice League is light years better than Joss Whedon's Justice League. I can give it that, no problem, because it was way better. I think that some things that I do regret. There are some things that I do regret that we never got to see from Zack Snyder's Justice, like his future DC. Number one, I will say I've always wanted to see an Injustice gang on screen, and that was like something we've never had. I don't think, and maybe someone else, like, have we ever had like a superhero movie where there's been a group, like where there's been like a team of supervillains that have fought? Because I've been waiting to see that. Like the Avengers, there has never been like them fighting the Masters of Evil. There's never been, like, and I would have liked to have seen like that lineup of like, Lex Luthor, Deathstroke, Joker, the Riddler whatever the Riddler was gonna be a part of it. I think Black Manta was going to be a part of it. That would have been super cool. But also, one of the things that I think that Zack Snyder actually really did, and honestly, like, I do give credit to Zack Snyder where I can find credit. But one of the things that I think that Zack Snyder did really well was Darkseid.
Darkseid. Okay.
Darkseid. I thought that like his interpretation, and I know Darkseid didn't really have any dialogue, but like Apocalypse in general.
When
like,
you saw him, when you saw him and like the build up to him and like all that stuff, I didn't really like Steppenwolf. I thought that could have been done differently. But like ultimately, I thought like all that Darkseid stuff, there's this Justice League comic that I kind of think of when I think of what Zack Snyder was trying to do, and it's called JLA Rock of Ages. It was written by Grant Morrison, drawn by Howard Porter, and I kind of get the idea that that's what he was kind of going for. I will say, like, from a nerdy point, as much as I don't like the fact that Batman kills people in his thing, I did think that futuristic thing where he meets the Joker and like, you know, Superman shows up. The epilogue, that was kind of cool. Like, it had that been its own movie, I think that would have been a very interesting thing, a post-apocalyptic Justice League attempting to fight Darkseid and like fix the timeline and everything. I think that would have been really cool. If you have to bring back all these characters, I think they would really I know you'll hate this, Dion, but I think they would really work well if they were brought back as the crime syndicate. Like, you brought back Henry Cavill and you brought back Ben Affleck. I almost slammed my laptop shut. No, shows up.
but yeah, no, I think that like, hey man, at least, you know, for all the complaints I had about Zack Snyder and like some of his takes on the characters, like it's very clear that he has like a passionate fan base, and like he did create, like, this is his vision, and there were really cool, like Zack Snyder created exceptionally cool shots. And to this day,
come on, man.
I will say to this day, my favorite, even though I didn't like the movie as much, my favorite superhero movie trailer is Man of Steel. To this day.
Oh, and that, yes.
You know, what should I have done? Let them drown? It's like, maybe. And it's like that was kind of a really cool, like, you know, that there were so many visuals. But yeah, so like it's kind of a mixed bag. The way that I always wanted them to kind of continue Zack Snyder's thing was via a comic book. I think like that would be really cool if you let him write his own comic book and you continue whatever he wanted to do with the story from there.
Yeah, because I mean, we got Batman 89, that continuation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. The reason I enjoyed 5 years ago, that I've rewatched it multiple times since then, or I might just go to a favorite part. I just like the level of comic book things that happen in it. Like, we spent a long time in like just the quote unquote real world of like Batman, and to finally get, again, he killed, I get it, is problematic, but I think both he and Superman sort of made a turn in this movie where we were going to get that Superman that we got at the end of Black Adam, and then the Batman that we sort of not know and love, but like the one who stopped killing. So that was like, I felt like that was going to be the way to get to those ultimate pieces of those characters.
Yeah.
But I appreciate this movie so much because Ray Fisher got to shine in it.
Yes.
They took out all of Cyborg's, like, he was the backbone of this movie. And for them to not have, for Joss Whedon to just be like, no, we're not gonna see Victor Stone play football. We're not gonna do any of this. He felt you could tell something was missing. But I think overall casting was phenomenal for this. Say what we want about Gal Gadot, she was produced very well in her movie Wonder Woman, not the sequel, but and this one. Granted, her dialogue is still a little funky, but I hate Henry Cavill didn't get his true chance to sort of shine as your ultimate Superman. And come on, man. Come on. Like, I'm surprised I don't have that on my back wall right here, man. Like, he gave you those comic book images of your superheroes that were really dope. Like, Zack Snyder had a good eye for that.
I'll also give him this. To this day, Zack Snyder created the best Batman live action scene of all time. That warehouse fight. Hey man, again, credit where credit is due, man. Like, that warehouse fight was ripped straight from the Arkham games, and it ruled. It was awesome.
But Jen, 5 years. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Jen. It's been 5 years, so you know, I'll give you some grace. it's 4 hours. You could have watched it 1 hour a year.
I watched Titanic. No, I've not seen it yet.
So in contrast, at least for the new DCU that we're in now, we're fully into. I mean, Superman came out. Evan, you loved it. We talked about it. You absolutely loved it. Jen loved it.
Hey, high five, Jen.
I love the Man of Steel, and the fact that I thought it was actually a brilliant idea to do more of a sci-fi POV with it, because technically, even though it's a comic book and it's action and it's fantasy, there's sci-fi stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, and just seeing again with
we got Hans Zimmer to do the soundtrack. Come on.
Yeah, and Superman last year was great. You'll get Supergirl this year. For me, I think there was a lot of toxicity with this fandom too. So we can't go by without saying that. There was a lot of.
It's everywhere.
It was a lot. This was a lot though, Jen. Like I was on the side of releasing it, but I wasn't vehemently with pitchforks and torches. That's how I felt for most of the fandom when you looked at Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, when you followed that hashtag. But the fact that HBO Max was like, yeah, we'll do it, we'll release it, I applaud them for doing it, because the circumstances that Zack Snyder had to leave production for Justice League is a terrible one and a valid one.
Yeah.
And we all know that wasn't his final vision for this movie. So the fact that he still got a chance to do that, and I think they raised money for suicide prevention and stuff and all that through this movie too. That's my sort of silver lining for this movie releasing. And visually, it gave me everything I wanted. It gave me Superman in the black suit, which was dope. You could tell that was recolored for the Whedon version.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
There was no funky mustache put out. Like it was what I was happy we got it, and we got Martian Manhunter, who we kind of knew who he was. I felt like people knew, like from Man of Steel, something about that.
Yeah,
something about it. But 5 years later, now DC is rebooted. We've restarted down another path. So I still wanted to at least sort of somewhat celebrate a moment of fandom that, for all the toxicity that it did have, this did get put on your streaming services. It didn't release in theaters, but you did get to see the completed vision of Zack Snyder. I will say this today. I really wanted Ben Affleck. Go ahead, Jen.
I was going to say, which is really rare. It's not really done. It's never really been done before. So the fact that when they announced, we're going to release it, we're not going to put it in the theater, but it will be on streaming for everyone to watch. It's like, wait, you're completing the universe?
And we're coming off a year of COVID too, by the way. So not much was churning out in theaters anyway. So HBO, did HBO just start around that time? HBO was fairly new.
That was fairly new. And this was a big thing where they were like, I do remember that this was like a giant major thing where it was like a big event, kind of, something that people never thought was going to actually happen. So yeah, it was pretty big.
Yeah, it was a big to do.
Yeah, and I will say this, Sage, in the comments as well too. This and Sonic proof cyberbullying studios work. I wouldn't say cyberbullying, but we can let Sonic go out like that, man.
Very known with vigor.
we couldn't let Sonic go out like that. We just couldn't. But I will say this, from casting top to bottom, I really wish we could have got that Ben Affleck standalone Batman movie, because Deathstroke was teased for that. So there's stuff that I wanted to see that we missed out on. Superman and like Henry Cavill actually being Superman,
Yeah.
The Flash didn't help the case for the universe to continue. Nothing helped after this. So I feel like this is that swan song for the Snyderverse, wherever you want to say. The characters, the people he casted, were all completely done with it. I do agree, Evan, a comic book series would be the best way to continue it and let him finish it, because 89 is so good.
We've seen that done before. I mean, the Star Wars universe does that all the time, like especially with High Republic, with the book series that they did, and then they've done a plethora of comic books after that. I mean, like there's a whole thing of Vader in comic books.
Yeah.
Especially of him in his prime. Like there's so freaking much. So in my opinion, there's no reason why we couldn't have gotten that with Snyder's verse and just put it in comics.
I mean, and the possibilities are still there too. He's been putting, and here's the thing about Zack Snyder, he continues to put things out like never before seen, like screenshots on his socials if you follow, and it keeps the talk going. You know, I get what he's doing. He keeps it in the universe of like, yeah, this is, hey, remember this? Like, let me show a black and white of Superman. Like, here, look at that. Like, let me show a black and white of Batman in the corner.
That I wanted. Look at it.
Yeah, like hey, okay. Here's the easy answer, Evan. Let him do a Public Enemies Batman Superman collab. Like not comic book. Let's one.
Oh, like an animated movie?
Nope, we got the animated one already. I want Ben Affleck back in that suit somehow. I want Henry Cavill in that suit one more time.
Oh, just one more. Oh, one more time in a live action.
Man. Let him ride out.
That's a tough ass. That's a tough ass.
We already got Elseworld with Pattinson over there. Like, hey, let's have some fun.
Why not one more? Why not one more to finish it?
One more ride. But this was the 5th year anniversary.
Just don't fumble them like you did the last time.
Just don't what?
Fumble them.
Oh, yeah, because you look at this cast. This was a solid cast. Like the casting was pretty solid across
the stuff that happened, like logistically with contracts and stuff. From what I heard, I'm like, don't fumble them, please.
Yeah. Poor Henry Cavill. He did want to. I think he could have been a really good. Like he was still like. I mean, to be honest, like he was a good Superman. He just didn't have like a lot to work with, and like I would have liked to have seen him have his own movie where he could be more Superman-esque. You know.
And the one who showed up in Black Adam, I felt like that was him finally.
Yeah.
And we'll never get to see it, but y'all have Corn Sweat as your new Superman.
Yeah.
Cool. This is good.
He's great.
That's so cool.
That's cool. Anywho,
Dion's just sitting there. That's fine. Whatever. You got your
my light didn't like that anymore. My light.
Oh my gosh, you know Dion's by DC. He's not easy to please anymore.
I'm not, man. Like even like I'm Jen, you already know. Evan, you know too. I'm already. But we're gonna wrap up tonight real quick. Just our fandom flashpoint. These are moments within the fandoms, within comics, within movies that are changed for either better or worse, or preferences. It just depends. And tonight is what we started off earlier talking about is Spider-Man. Organic web out of his wrist, or web shooters. Which do you prefer? Jen, start with you. You got to choose.
You can get Sage's comment. Dion mad at DC.
Oh, there we go. My light didn't even like that. It was like, yeah, it's time to go, man. It's time to go.
I'm like, can you repeat the question, Dion?
Do you need me to? Do you need me to?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So pretty much our fandom flashpoint versus tonight is organic web out of the wrist, Tobey Maguire style, or web shooters from the animated cartoons, Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield. Which do you prefer and why? Jen?
Organic.
Tell me, let's go over why.
Organic, because when you look at the original lore of Spider-Man for the first comic books, that's what we get. I mean, from what we discussed earlier, yeah, he does go through a few different cycles, a few different changes. But I think like when you go to the original premise with the, how do I say this? Scientifically enhanced spiders. And the fact that he actually gets bitten by one, and the whole thing is that that bite was so intense that it changed his entire DNA of his body. So it, for me, you know, knowing that, seeing that with Toby, and then we transition to those silver things on Spider-Man's suit, it did like, you know, I don't want to say pull me out, but it made me go, oh, he doesn't have, I thought, wait, did I miss something? Did he get cured? And wait, no, that can't be right. It's like, at least that's how that was my experience.
You interpret it, yeah.
How I interpret it. It's like when Clone Wars came out. It took me a long time to get used to Matt being Anakin and not Hayden. It's like, wait, but Hayden Christensen is Anakin and Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan. Why didn't we get them?
but yeah, even with this, like, I think your idea is like, you've been bit by a spider, you should have these spider traits. That's what a lot of people will say.
Well, because that's what you told me happened. You said that this is this guy's story. You have informed me, hey, he knows people in the scientific world of Oscorp because his best friend is this person and his dad is this and they're doing this, and he gets bit by a scientifically engineered spider that changes his DNA. Oh, okay, cool. Why did you give him metal stuff later in Civil War when he's supposed to already have DNA enhanced capabilities? We just felt like it.
Well, Jen, okay. Evan, just, and Jen, I'll come back to you because I got something else to ask you. Evan, your thoughts: organic or web shooters? Which you prefer?
So to start, I totally get where Jen is coming from. I think that, like, from a story perspective, as a whole, yes, it makes more sense that he would have organic webbing because, like, yeah, he was bitten by a radioactive spider. He has the strength, speed, agility in proportion of a spider. Why wouldn't he be able to, like, you know, just have the webbing coming out? But for me personally, I like the mechanical web shooters a little more. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one is that it shows how smart that Peter is. It shows that he was able to develop these as a high school student. I mean, as ridiculous as that is, I can totally see people because some people are on that same train where they're more of the organic, and they say, well, isn't it kind of dumb that a high school student is able to invent this thing that, like, nobody else has been able to invent before?
It's Peter Parker.
It's like, yeah,
it shows how
but
smart
it's
he
comics.
is.
It's comics. But there are two other, like, small reasons why I really love the mechanical web shooters more. Number one, because they add a lot of drama. There are numerous storylines where whenever Peter has the mechanical web shooters, he runs out of web fluid, and that happens in the middle of a fight where he is, like, fighting somebody and he realizes, oh crap, like, I don't have web shooters to web someone up. But also, as depending on when you look at Peter Parker's life when he was growing up or whatever, he had to make the web fluid was expensive, and he had to make it, like, in his school's lab,
like, in secret. Yeah,
in secret. And so he would, like, consistently, he would be broke all the time, but he also had to shell out money to create like web fluid. And so that kind of worked really well. So that added a different dynamic. But, like, Jen, I totally get where you're coming from on that, because there is two sides to it that I can see both of them. But, like, it just does make more sense if he just had organic webbing. I mean, at least it doesn't come out of his butt. But,
I know, right?
at least it just comes out of his wrist. But in all, like, if I had to vote, though, I would say, like, mechanical web shooters. I think that, like, it just kind of works better for me, for Peter, because it does add more drama and dynamics to him, as well as kind of giving him something, once again, pointing to his level of intellect and stuff when he's not Spidey.
And Evan, I agree with everything you just said. And those are all the reasons why I'm going organic, because every episode of the animated series, not every episode, a majority of them,
a good number of them,
he's falling and he's out of web, and I got to be continued to next week sort of situation, man.
They relied.
I'll never forgive that cartoon for doing that. Oh no! And, like, it's like, to be continued. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, if this happens, it happens so many times to me watching it when Tobey Maguire came up with when they showed Tobey Maguire with the organic out of his wrist,
never runs out.
This is a problem solved, man. This is a problem solved. I was like, but you do miss the drama of like, oh crap, or they get smashed or crushed. You're like, okay, how does he get out without having like one of his biggest weapons? How does he figure it out? So it shows his intellect too. But at the same time, man, I'm going with Jen, man. It's just because he's fallen somewhere and he ain't got no more web, and I gotta wait the next week to see how he gets out of this, man. Like it never failed. It never failed. But I thought that would be a very light one to go through for our fandom flashpoint. Just those moments in fandom that sort of switch and changes depending on the canon, depending on the creator. Sam Raimi did a fantastic job with Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's. I mean, both suits. Now we see the silver around his wrist in this one now.
Yeah,
it looks more like the comic book.
Yes.
But I'll never forget Tobey Maguire trying to figure out how you could hit that Pepsi can, man. That was fine product placement.
Brilliantly done.
But and then you had cartridges and stuff like that. It comes into play with.
Yeah, thank you, Sage.
With the game, you'll run out. So because he still just has cartridges there too. So it's okay, but man, there's no way he's stopping that train in Spider-Man 2 if he got web shooters, man. There's no way.
That's true.
There's no way. Even though Tom Holland's Spider-Man did try to put the ship back together, which was a really dope scene too.
That's cool.
Really good scene. Like cinematically, I don't know who else. This might be another question. I don't know who else out there like cinematically has those many sort of moments like that, like just iconic moments. Like, granted, this is our fourth of Tom Holland. We had 2 of Amazing Spider-Man, and then we had another 3. So is that 9? Is that 9 Spider-Man movies?
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh yeah, because Toby did 3.
Toby did 3. Andrew 8. Andrew
so
did
this
2.
will be 9 with Brand New Day. Yeah.
So that's why we've seen him that much cinematically since 2001.
Wow. That is crazy.
But then think about it. It's only been 3 guys who played him. Since then, yeah.
And hey, we got the behind the scenes infamous picture of them pointing at each other like, "Hey, wait!" I was very happy when they released that photo. I will say this though, with the organic webbing, at least from seeing it live action with Toby, I always felt suspense if the web wouldn't hold.
Man.
With because it was more of the organic material. So it's like, well, how strong is that stuff? Does it give
you saw how much it took to stop that train, Jen? Like
right.
It stopped.
like
my favorite scene of all time.
Because this is where I could really get into headcanon and really get nerdy. Just like, how much energy is drained out of him because he keeps using web. Because his body has to create the web.
He's got to eat a lot.
Right. So that's where I could really get into headcanon and dirty stuff. It's like, well, wait, let's talk about this. But I always felt the suspense when I saw Toby Spider-Man's just like, oh my gosh, is it gonna hold? 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 Ah!
Yeah, it was. It was a lot.
Not to slight Tom Holland Spider-Man. I didn't get that suspense with him.
It's understandable, Jen. Hey, it's understandable. I mean, I was ruined by the cartoon, so I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
You've been ruined a lot. I'm so sorry.
I think my expectations are so high that nothing will really meet them sometimes. Like I'm in my head, I form it out to it's the most amazing thing ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you got all that knowledge and that those memories of those moments, and then you see it and you're like very underwhelmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I do. I'm that way with certain things where I don't know if it's the ADD part of my brain, or to your point, I just set myself up with high expectations. Like, it didn't match. It's supposed to match.
And if Doc was here, he would tell me to set my expectations low.
He tells you that all the time. He's like, yeah, I tell you all the time, lower it.
He told me lower my expectations. So I know what he means, but I can't do it because I always think like, hey, there's people in there that are fans of this stuff. They're gonna obviously know to do that, you know, or do that. But
we really love this stuff, you know. And I'm sorry to call it stuff, but it just shows how much that we really do care about this. We fell in love with these characters, this lore, the universes. I mean, yeah, we want them treated well.
And that's all we want at the end of the day. Just treat them well, man.
Just treat them well.
Let Spider-Man have a good day, man. Let's just have Spider-Man have a good day, man. That's all I want for him, really, at this moment in time. But that was a lot to cover tonight. That was a lot. We went through Spider-Man New Day trailer. We went through Maul. We went through Dune. Even the chat's telling me to lower my expectations. So, hey, I guess I'll take their advice on that one too. But man, this was a fun one. Evan, thanks for jumping on. If you want to
thank you for having me.
Yeah. If you want to let people know where they can find you, or if you don't want anybody to find you, that's completely fine too.
You can read you can read my stuff on comicbook.com. I also do a weekly podcast there, Comic Book Nation. We usually record on Friday mornings, but you can download it on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. You can follow me on, I guess, man, what am I even on social media anymore? Blue Sky at EV Comedy, I guess, is the one.
Okay. But yeah, thanks for we really appreciate it, Evan. We'll have, hopefully we can get Doc back on here with you too. When he circles back around too, that'll be fun.
Thank you guys.
Because he has, boy, Evan, you want to hear a guy go down a conspiracy theory, man. He can take you.
I'm always down for comic book conspiracy theories.
He could take you down it'll be 2 hours of just one question. And
then when Will's here, the way the both of them feed off each other, there was one episode we were on here for 3 hours because of all the conspiracies they kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I was tapped out very early in that one. But this was another episode of All Star Fandom Prime. We're here live every Wednesday at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what you saw, go ahead, share with a friend, subscribe for more, hit the notification bell, do all the social media stuff and the YouTube stuff. We've been in this thing for a while now, and continually growing, almost up to 600 subscribers. So thank you for watching and subscribing. We're growing, get some traction here. So really, we definitely appreciate that. Evan, we're gonna have you on again. Jen, as usual, you're always a gem to have on this show. So it'll be a part of the team. We love you. And until next time, until next week, or until I chop these up and you see them throughout the week, I'm Dia, and that's Jen, that's Evan. We'll see you next time. Peace.